When I was a teenager, I felt called to missions, but I hadn't shared that with anyone. My youth mentor prayed for me one day at camp, and she said, "I see you in the mission field in a foreign land, and you're not afraid." I knew in that moment that God was confirming something that I felt would be in my future. Fast forward 10 years later, and I had the opportunity to go on 2 short-term mission trips in the same year. For the first one, I wasn't too nervous because I had people traveling together with me. However, for the second one I was presented with, this time to Honduras, I was a little more hesitant. I would have to travel on my own, then wait in the airport by myself until the rest of the group coming from Florida arrived 4 hours later. I was a little anxious and definitely had some fears or some questions, but after talking with a friend, I was reminded that God would be with me, and I was able to put the fears aside and just go. Think about a time when maybe you had a big change in your life. Maybe you moved to a new city, you got a new job, or maybe an opportunity to go on a big trip. Even if there was excitement, it may have also been scary. You may have had questions like, what if something goes wrong? What if I miss what I'm leaving behind? What if this doesn't work out? How will this work out? After Joseph shares his identity with his brothers, he tells them to bring his father and all of their family to Egypt. Jacob, Joseph's father, sets out with all their possessions and family and is heading to Egypt. Packing up everything and everyone that you know and everything you own and setting out for a foreign land is no light decision. I'm sure even though Jacob was ecstatic to be able to see his son again, who he thought was dead, he had to have had some reservations of leaving everything behind. When they got to Beersheba, Jacob offers sacrifices to God, and during the night, God speaks to him in a dream. God says to Jacob, "Do not be afraid to go down to Egypt, for there I will make your family into a great nation. I will go with you down to Egypt, and I will bring you back again." God lets Jacob know that he is going to be with him every step of the way. Any reservations that Jacob might have had up until then must have been put to rest, allowing him to cast his fears aside and go. This also includes part of the promise to Abraham and reminds Jacob that God hasn't forgotten it, nor will he. We also have a promise that God is with us. He goes before us. He never leaves us. Are you facing something new or uncertain today? A move, a change, or a challenge? Is God calling you to a career change, to a new level of trust and obedience? Is God calling you to start serving in ministry at church, to teach, or to lead a small group? Wherever God calls you, he also goes with you. God may be speaking to you. Don't be afraid. I will go with you. Put aside any fears that are holding you back, any doubts, any questions that are keeping you from following through, and remember that God goes with you.